Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we'll be doing a new entry into the Tokenomics series. We'll be covering Ravencoin in today's video. Before we get into the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of this content, and don't forget to join the Discord if you need any help with crypto mining or crypto investing. For those wondering what tokenomics are, I'll give a brief overview of what the word means now. Tokenomics is a broad term which describes all elements that make a particular cryptocurrency valuable and interesting to investors. This includes everything from token supply and how it's used, to things like how it's issued and the utility case, or basically what the goal is to achieve in the crypto market. So therefore we'll be covering all this information and more, plus at the end of this video I'll be doing a price prediction for the coin that we are talking about. I'll start with a brief overview of Ravencoin and then get into some main features of the coin that I think will be good to know for potential users and investors into the coin. Ravencoin was launched back in 2018 on the 9th anniversary of Bitcoin's launch. The aim of the project is to create a blockchain optimized specifically for the transfer of assets such as tokens from one holder to another. Ravencoin was forked from a Bitcoin node, so it has many similarities in the code, but some changes were made. It's also a very fair coin as the release was not favored to any parties involved in the launch. They had no pre-mine, no initial coin offering. Many coins choose to donate a certain percentage of the block rewards to developer funds, but Ravencoin has no developer fund, so all projects built on the network is done because they wanted to build them instead of having an incentive for the developer fund. So the first unique thing about Ravencoin is that it has a burn mechanic. Burning coins is when you decrease the supply of a coin by sending it to a burn wallet. This wallet doesn't allow transactions out, so it takes the supply off the market. Ravencoin's burn function happens when assets and tags are created on the network. They have various different costs to produce an asset, and this is sent then to the burn wallet. So the more dApps created on the network, the more Ravencoin is sent to these burn wallets. This way of burning coins is different from many other coins that burn, as they tend to burn at the rate of inflation of the coin. Currently there's been around 7 million coins burned, which is around 0.02% of the circulating supply. This is a unique way of burning coins that allows for natural burning of coins instead of it being linked to inflation. However, for this type of burning mechanic, it needs more developers on the network who are creating assets. This would help burn more coins and start to decrease the supply of Ravencoin. To create an asset on the network, you must pay a maximum of 500 Ravencoin, which isn't really that much when compared to the total supply of the coin. Maybe they are planning to decrease this price when the price of the coin increases and it becomes less expensive to create assets at that time. The block time for Ravencoin is 1 minute. So they took Bitcoin's block time and divided it by 10. So it only takes 1 minute to confirm a transaction on the network, and this is one of the faster block times than most cryptocurrencies. When mining Ravencoin, there's a limited supply of 21 billion instead of the 21 million used for Bitcoin, and they have the same type of halvings as Bitcoin. For the first 2.1 billion blocks, the reward will be 5,000 Ravencoin. With Bitcoin's first halving, the block was at 210,000, so they just scaled it up by 10 for Ravencoin. Recently, back in January of 2022, we had the first halving for Ravencoin, and the block reward has been slashed in half, down to 2,500 Ravencoin. So far, miners have mined just under half of the supply, and it will start to slow down with each halving. The current circulating supply is 10.5 billion, which equates to a market cap of around $300 million. This puts it at around 110th place on the list of cryptocurrencies. If you calculate every halving until the max supply is reached, then it shows that the last block will be mined in 2174. After that, the miner rewards will be through fees on the network. This is the main aim of any proof-of-work cryptocurrency, is to build enough projects on their platform to support miners when the block reward stops in 100 years or 150 years. Next, I want to touch on the mining side of Ravencoin. I've already covered the block rewards, but I want to talk about the hashing algorithm that Ravencoin uses. When it first started, Ravencoin used the X16R algorithm, which was designed to be ASIC resistant. With the efficiency of ASIC miners improving all the time, it eventually led to this algorithm not being ASIC resistant. So the Ravencoin team made a custom algorithm of their own and called it CarPow. It's based off a very popular algorithm called ProgPow, but it's had its modifications to keep ASICs off the network and allow for fair distribution to GPU miners. Now this is great for GPU miners, but also has its pitfalls, which I think will be detrimental to mining. Firstly, CarPow is very energy intensive on your GPU and tends to push your GPU to higher temperatures. This over time will damage your GPU as there's more stress on it. Now other algorithms aren't as harsh on GPUs, so there's more incentive to mine on them if you care about your GPU's health. The loss in hash rate for Ravencoin could be a big factor when it comes to the price of the coin. Miners make up a good deal of the transactions on the network, so if you lose miners, then trading slows and your coin's price doesn't start to look too good. I would suggest in the future they try fork to a different algorithm that allows for better efficiency on GPUs and doesn't damage the health of them in the long term. Ravencoin also has a large NFT platform which has been very successful for new artists that want to mint their art for less on smaller blockchains. It's very community focused, and I've seen that the Ravencoin Reddit promotes a lot of projects that are minted on this platform. So far the highest I've seen for one NFT sold was 10,700 Ravencoin, which at today's price is around $300. NFTs are a big part of a successful networks like Ethereum and Solana. It allows for more volume running through the network and causes the price to go up. When big projects are minted on the Ethereum network, we see a large volume on these blocks, and this helps to increase the price of the coin. So because Ravencoin is building on this early, it means that they have the infrastructure already there if more famous artists want to start minting on their network and creating NFTs. Creating NFTs also adds to the burning mechanism on the network, so they are adding to the deflation of the coin and increasing the demand on a smaller scale. Lastly, I want to touch upon Ravencoin's asset creation. Many cryptocurrencies allow for asset creation, but Ravencoin allows for great asset creation. It has a major focus on this as Ravencoin doesn't use smart contracts to create assets like many other cryptocurrencies do. The best utilization would be for businesses that want to raise capital and allow for small-time investors to invest into their business. For example, if you have a farm with 5 fields and 5 different crops, you could create a main asset called farm. Then you could create 5 sub-assets which represent these fields on that farm. Each sub-asset would be priced at different rates depending on what crop is growing that year in each field and how much potential profit it could make. Then people can choose to buy the token which is linked to that field. From there you can sell it onto a buyer after every year when a new crop is decided to be grown on the field. This type of asset creation and selling allows for worldwide investment from anybody interested in getting into a certain business. Now you're probably wondering why this is any different to any other blockchain. Well, firstly, it's not run on smart contracts. This is great as some smart contracts can have errors which down the line in the future may compromise the asset. Ravencoin simplifies and secures this because they have their own main asset on the network and anything under that asset is connected upwards. Overall, it allows for any level of investment to any subsector of business. It's like being able to invest in Google before it was open to public investment. Even the smallest of companies can sell certain aspects of their business, and it allows for more opportunity for capital to be invested. Ravencoin provides the perfect platform for this, and it's very cheap to get started. Also, you can mine enough Ravencoin if you want to create an asset and start from scratch. Lastly, I want to give my price prediction of 5 and 10 years. Before that, I would just want to look at the price of one coin. Currently, it sits at around 3 cents per coin as of writing. However, if you look at the price chart, you'll see it's at a high of 23 cents. But this was because of the crypto run we had back in 2021, where any asset was going up in price. Then we see a massive drop off in price, then it runs up to a peak again. This peak is due to the first halving of Ravencoin, where people were bullish and saw that there would be less supply of Ravencoin hitting the network after these halvings. So that caused another price run, and it mirrors what happens on the Bitcoin network when they have their halvings, just on a smaller scale. Intrinsically, I think the coin should sit around 6 to 7 cents per coin, as it hasn't propelled to the next level yet and needs time to grow. For the 5-year prediction, I'm going to go with at least a price of 15 cents per coin. That's at 5 times the price it is now. This isn't a far-fetched price prediction, but also counts on Bitcoin having a run in the next 5 years, then Ravencoin having another run in 2026 when they have their own next halving for the coin, which as we see has enabled for price spikes in the past. For the 10-year prediction, I want to go with a prediction of 60 cents per coin. This means that the market cap will be around 6.3 billion, which many coins have reached already in the market. I think the utility of Ravencoin can be propelled to the top 30 coins if it gains traction on the asset creation side, and has continued support from miners and developers on the network. The Ravencoin team has been very fair to all its users and nobody has major control over the network. The team just proposes ideas for the network and then the users vote. I hope to see Ravencoin take off in the future, and I might even start developing some assets on the network for my company. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like to help with the algorithm, and subscribe because we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Lastly, if you have any suggestions for the next coin, put them in the comments below.